listening to WMCK, and this is Tooshie Talk. And we're here after a little hiatus, but we're back and better than ever. And I have a great Tooshie Talk for you guys today. So let's get right into it.
Let's go.
Alright, you guys. Yes, we are back again with Tooshie Talk after a little break. And I have a really special episode for you guys today. And I have a guest in the studio, a mysterious guest. Who could it be? Can you reveal your identity?
Any guesses?
Oh,
Tyler Grissom, everybody.
It is Tyler Grissom in the studio. Finally in the studio. His class got canceled. So we're here.
Shout out to here.
Yep. And we're here. And we're back. And Tooshie Talk is ready to give some premium content for you guys today. We have much to discuss in our little hour. But first, I want to talk about some celebrity gossip. What do you think?
I mean, Halloween's coming up. I'm really pumped for that. I mean, got some costume ideas, kind of inspired by you, but,
No, we'll talk
really,
about that.
Really pumped about the whole experience. Get to see all my friends, get to dress up and eat some candy. So what's not to like about that all?
Well, yeah. I know, we're going to talk about Halloween, but not yet. First, we're going to talk about Alec Baldwin and what happened to Alec Baldwin in the week that I was gone, because this is some breaking news. Not anymore as it was in the beginning of the week. But Alec Baldwin accidentally shot his cinematographer on his new movie. And I think it was an accident.
Oh, it's a prop gun. No one means to kill someone with a prop gun.
I know, but
they're
he's
not designed to kill people. I mean, it's a fake gun.
I know,
It's
but
fake
he's
round.
getting all this heat for, people think that it's, his fault, but it's not his fault.
I mean, you don't point a gun at anyone and pull the trigger in the first place.
Well, they yelled cold gun, or they didn't yell it, but they told him that it was, fine to use. And then he used it, and then it was the armorer's fault on set why the cinematographer was killed. And my mom's blowing up my phone, or my text messages, but anyway, I think Alec Baldwin is innocent.
I mean, I think he did kill somebody, so I feel like personally, he's gonna feel that himself. He's probably
No, he's guilty.
He's the toughest person on himself.
I know,
probably,
obviously,
so.
he's going through a lot.
I do not think he should end up in prison for that now.
No, I don't think he will. It's not his fault. Who's
He
it?
has enough money to
Oh,
buy
yeah,
it.
and, this is interesting. So I saw this today, but Alec Baldwin is actually, staying in Vermont right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Anywhere close to Jericho? Or?
No, he's in Manchester. I don't know where it is.
I don't know where that is.
It's a really small town in, I think northern Vermont, or southern Vermont. I don't know. I know they filmed the Bachelor Winter Games in Manchester. So that's where Alec Baldwin is, his whereabouts. So he's staying out in Vermont right now. So maybe my parents will run into him.
He's hiding in the trees.
No, he's not. He has nothing to hide from. He's compliant with the police. He is being compliant with the police. Anyway, I wanted to discuss that celebrity gossip first. Anyway, we are gonna take it back to Tyler Grissom now. Do you want to formally introduce yourself to the Tooshie Talk listeners, or?
Absolutely. I am Sadie's boyfriend here. We have been dating for a little over 4 months now, and I'm from Western Massachusetts, a small town called Belchertown.
Burptown, USA.
It's right below Amherst, a little bit east of Springfield, if you, for reference, if you're native to Massachusetts. I played basketball growing up, played volleyball, also played lacrosse.
Ever since you were a jit.
Yeah, when I was young, I started playing basketball. I'm pretty tall, so that helps. Yeah, college is going pretty well, and yeah, I enjoy being on the radio show here.
Well, that's good. I mean, it is fun to have Tyler Grissom in the studio. I do want to tell the viewers something funny about what happened the other day, because we realized that we have been celebrating our anniversary on the wrong day.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. So the other day, we were looking up, our old text messages, to see, when it was official or whatever.
Because the way I was asked out wasn't like it was over text.
She put a gun to my head.
No, it was like an ultimatum, because he was like playing with. I thought he was like playing with my feelings, but then I realized that I wanted to date him, but I didn't think he wanted to date me.
Anyway, so we were celebrating it on the 17th, and we have been for the previous 3 months. And then next thing you know, we go back and check, and it's actually the 16th and not the 17th. We were like, but we both made the mistake, so it's no one's fault.
No, we would. I don't know. We just realized that, and now it's like, at least we get to celebrate it a day before now. I mean, it only took us had we not gone through the text, it probably would have always been the 17th.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's fine. I do want to talk about, I've been off air for a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that's happened.
We went to a haunted house last weekend.
We did go to a haunted house last weekend, and I think you should share what happened at the haunted house.
All right, so keep this in mind, right? So the entire previous day, she's talking about, I want to go to a haunted house so bad, I didn't get to go this year.
Okay,
I go.
A little context, because I went home last weekend. I went back to Vermont because I had a dentist appointment, and I needed to go home for it. And it just so happened that the weekend that I was going home, all of our friends were going to a haunted house, so I was like kind of upset that I didn't get to go along with everybody else. So I was like, I really want to go to a haunted house.
Yeah, me being the good boyfriend I am, so we went to the haunted house, even though I went to the same one like the week before. And I was like, it's not that scary, people jump at you.
Everybody said
jump scares, people in masks, they're not really monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we get there, and the first person wearing a mask while we're waiting outside the haunted house in line, it comes up to her and she's like, oh my god, is he gone?
He came up right behind me. I wasn't expecting that. I had no idea. It was everybody, when they came back from the haunted house, they were like, oh, it's not scary at all. I wasn't scared.
Well, you clearly didn't talk to Spencer or Craig.
I know, I guess I didn't, because
they were terrible.
Everybody that I talked to about the haunted house, Kaylin said it wasn't scary. You said it wasn't scary. Hank said it wasn't scary. So I was like, okay, I can probably do it then. Because I'm only used to the haunted houses in Vermont, and it's all haunted forests. It's not haunted houses. I've never been into a haunted house like the one we went to, but you can continue. What happened?
So we go in, we pay our tickets, and then we go in. We're walking in line.
Well, no.
There's more people in there. But then when we get to, there's 4 different mini haunted houses inside this one big haunted house.
But when we were waiting for the first house, though, when we were waiting, because we were waiting outside, and then they let us in, and then we were in this queue, and there wasn't anything scary. It was all props from horror movies, and they had sets of other movies, so I was like, okay, this is cool to look at. And Michael Myers was there, but that wasn't scary. He was just lurking. And then when we went to the booth to give the actual tickets, there was a little curtain, and I could hear the guy going up and down on the tunnel. So then that's when I started to freak out, because when we went into the when we went into the tunnel waiting to go into the first house, that's when I knew this was a scary haunted house.
Keep in mind, we're walking slow, just me and her, just in the group, because it's up to groups of 4, so it was just us 2, so they just sent us two through, and Of course, there's people on like all sides of you. People are jumping and scaring you, and like so we're like halfway through the first house, and
Well, okay.
she starts covering her eyes. And
I know. I started getting scared because you said that we were gonna be going in groups.
See, I thought it was only groups of 4, but that's because I was with a group of 4. I didn't know anything.
But then they were like, "How many?" And then we were like, 2. And then they were like, "Okay, you guys are going through this by yourselves." And I was like, "Oh shit."
It turned into a group of 4 because people behind us caught up to us. But
Well, yeah, because I was a little slow. But anyway, so we went into the first house, and I attempted it, and then there were people coming out of all over the place, and then that's when I started to close my eyes.
yeah, so she, stops paying attention, and, we slowly walk through. I'm laughing at all the jump scares because I know where they are because I literally went to it a week ago.
Or we went to it like 2 days before we went.
And then, so we get out of the first house, and she's like, nope, no more. We're not going to the other 2 or 3, or it's like, we're not doing that. I was like, we sat in a line for 45 minutes in the cold, and we drove 20 minutes to we are finishing the haunted house, and it's not that scary. And like, we were literally waiting in line to go to the next house, and she wouldn't even move. Like, I had to drag her into the second house pretty much.
I wanted to leave so bad. I was like, at that point, I knew there was 3 more, but I was just like, I can't put myself through 3 more of these. So I was like begging him to leave. I was like, I need to go. We need to leave. And he's just like laughing at me. The whole time I'm like, I want to go. I'm like almost crying. Like I was just like, I was so scared. And I don't know. That was my first time going through like a really scary haunted house. Like, I don't know. I thought I liked haunted houses.
I don't know. The middle-aged guy behind us was screaming the whole time.
Yeah,
that was very funny.
He was scared. And I ended up getting through it, and then Gene and Shelby were there. But I got through it because I did not look after the first house. Like, I had my eyes closed. I had my hand over my head, and I was like, I can't do it. And then he's just dragging me through all the houses. And I have never felt like more of a baby, ever. Like, I felt like a kid. Like, I should have gotten how, like, they give kids there the glow
sticks
so
they don't jump out.
Yes,
yeah,
I wanted
the 19-year-old girl a glow stick.
I wanted
so
the glow stick. Because I wanted to look at them. I just didn't want to be like,
They're not going to touch you. They can't touch you.
Shelby and G touch me.
Okay, they're your friends.
I know. It was just spooky time.
It was pretty cool. And then when I went the first time, we got like a tour of like behind the scenes. It was like super cool seeing like all the masks and stuff.
I probably would have liked the tour better than the actual house.
It was cool.
Because I like that stuff. That stuff doesn't scare me. It's the jump scares that got me. But yeah, that was last weekend. And now this weekend is the big Hall weekend. We kicked off Hall weekend last night. He wasn't there. It was girls only. No boys allowed. And I was Freddy Krueger last night, and it turned out pretty good. Actually, better than I thought it was. Because, I don't know, I was a little nervous about it since it was a Thursday. Like, no, campus wasn't really popping last night for Thursday. And I was like, kind of like, I don't know if this is, when I was getting ready, I was just like, my makeup didn't come out right the first time I did it, and I was just getting really stressed. I didn't tell you about that, but I was getting ready. I had to restart, like, halfway through at, like, 6 o'clock, and I was getting really stressed, and I didn't think that I was going to make it out on time. And it actually came together, like, beautifully, and the pictures came out great. But we didn't really do anything. It was still fun. Definitely a good kickoff, though, to Hall weekend last night. And then tonight is probably the official, like, first celebration. Everybody's dressing up tonight. I mean, not...
It's Halloween at Merrimack. It's the first...
It's a Friday.
It's the first Friday, Fridays at Merrimack can be lively.
I know, and everyone's going to be in costume. What are you Why don't you tell them what you're being tonight?
I am being popular rap star Lil Yachty.
Uh-huh.
That is my costume. I will have the red beaded wig and all. So
If
you
you're
see
not-
Lil Yachty around campus, you know it's me.
If you're not familiar with Lil Yachty, I mean, he has a very distinct look to him. And Tyler's going to do that. And then I'm being Ariel from The Little Mermaid tonight, and I'm kind of stressed about that costume just because I don't love it. Like, my costume last night was awesome. I wish I got to wear it tonight, but it's okay. We're doing a big group princess costume tonight. And we're all being Disney princesses, all of us. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm not a fan of my costume tonight. But tomorrow night, tell them what we're being.
I'm being Bugs Bunny from the Toon Squad, and she's being Lola Bunny from the Toon Squad.
I am being Lola Bunny, and I am really excited about that costume because I like it a lot. And Megan Dupel is letting me borrow her, like, stone tights that she wore last night for it. So I am stoked to be Lola. And then we're being Barbie and Ken on Sunday. But we don't know what we're doing on Sunday. We have no plans. We're just kind of going with it. Do you know what we're going to do?
It's the actual day of Halloween. I don't know what nighttime activities will happening. I don't have class until 12:30 anyway, so
No, I
it doesn't
know.
matter to me. I'm just down to have a good time.
We should go, like, trick-or-treating.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people around Royal Crest handing out candy, I bet.
I bet people are going to knock on your door.
I don't think so. My neighbor said they've never gotten a knock, and they've lived there for 5 years.
For Halloween?
Yeah, never gotten a knock.
Really?
Think about it. You're not going to go into each individual house, buzz in, and then knock at all the doors.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if you're like a 3-year-old kid, you're not going to be
I bet
doing that with your kid.
Yeah, I bet they take them to, like, the neighborhood.
Well, I was going to say they probably just go like around your own building.
Well, you don't think kids are going to come to your, like, the kids that live in, there's, like, 4 kids that live above you.
Oh, that is true.
Like, you don't think they're going to, like, go downstairs and be like, oh, look at this spooky door. I
Oh,
bet there's
have
candy in
I have
here.
a package of Dum Dum Pops. I'll give them a lollipop.
Write checks. Like Rachel did.
No. That's horrible.
Write it out for cash. I'm trying to think of other Halloween-related stories. We could go to a commercial break, and you can think of something to talk about.
Okay.
I don't know what to talk about.
Alright, commercial break.
Okay. We'll be right back.
You go. Just said celebrity gossip.
They can still hear you. Commercial break? Just like we think our pets do funny things, they probably think the same about us. Like, why do we talk incessantly to those things we call cell phones? Or why do we always hide their toys in the same? But despite any funny habits you may have, a shelter pet will love you no matter what. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. All right, and we're back. And
What a tragic way to end the Red Sox season, wasn't that?
it was a tragic way to end it.
The Astros, horrible. Gets me going.
Well, we were pretty involved in a lot of the Red Sox this year. We went to 3 Red Sox games this semester alone, and all of them of which, so we went to a regular season game at, like, the beginning of the school year. We went, like, the first weekend, and that was fun, and they won. And then we went to the last regular season game when the Yankees were there, and that was a tough loss. And getting out of Boston that night was hard. That was probably the most difficult time. I mean, with the times that Tyler and I have gone to Fenway, in particular, have always been, like, there's always been some sort of, like, issue, like, getting out. Like, we're just, like,
we could never have it planned out and have it work. Like there's
The
zero,
first-
you need to have 16 plans whenever you're
I
in
know.
Boston because the first 15 never work.
The first time we went was easy because we drove in, and then, yeah, we didn't have any problems that time because we drove in. And then the second time we went, we were like, okay, let's take the train because it's like right there. There's a North Andover train station. And we went on that the first time, and then there's like, okay, at the North Andover train, I'm not trying to get exposed, but like the conductor that works on that train is built different. Like, he's just a goose. And he's just collecting everybody's tickets. I don't know how to get tickets beforehand, but apparently you can do that, but we didn't know that. And so he comes around and, like, makes you pay, and then he, like, can't take card, but he can. It just takes him, like, a bunch of times to swipe it. And then you have your ticket, and then he kind of gives you a hard time if you don't get a round trip. Did you notice that?
Yeah, he's just pushing the extra 25 cents. I'm like,
He's like,
dude,
it's
25 cents.
only another 25 cents for a round trip. And we're like, we can't. Because every time we've been to Fenway, there's not.
The train times don't correlate with the game.
No,
times.
there's
that's not how it works.
the train going back, like from North Station to North Andover, like it never lines up with when the game.
Miss it or wait 4 hours, and neither
neither of those are
so.
good. So we were like, no. And then the second time, so we took the train in, and then we were like, okay, we're gonna Uber back, because that made sense. And whenever I've been to Fenway before, like when I've been at Fenway regular season, the Ubers have always been like $40-50 after, and like that makes sense. But the prices of the Uber after the Yankees game was like, how much was it? Like
it was $180.
Oh, yeah.
Uber from Boston to Andover.
From Fenway to Andover, it was $180. So we were like,
for 17 miles.
We couldn't. I was like, we're not doing that. We're not. We can't. So then we like went back and forth on what we were gonna do, and then we ended up taking the train back to like Park Street, and then we Ubered from there for like $70, and that was like the best we could do because the traffic after Fenway was always as awful. And then the third time we went to the ALDS series game 3, the 13-inning game, which was absolutely
electric.
Yeah,
Great game.
that was really fun. Postseason Fenway is different. It's a whole different electricity
The
level.
atmosphere is unmatched.
It is unmatched, and we stayed there for I don't know how many hours we were there.
The game lasted 5.5 hours.
What time did that
Started
game
at 4,
start? Oh,
and it ended at 9:27.
yep. We were there for a while, but we had fun. We saw my uncle and like my cousin Tyler, and then they ended up winning, which was awesome. And then we took the train in that time, and then when we took the train all the way back to North Station after, because the last time they kicked us off, I thought we
Ubered back to the North Station because my car was there.
no, the third time we didn't drive.
Hank dropped us off and we Ubered back to Royal.
Yeah, we did.
You never took the train back.
Oh no, we Ubered back to Royal, but
We took the T back. We didn't take the train back.
no, we took the T back to North Station,
Yeah.
and then got the Uber at North Station.
Uber X.
Uber, yes, and those were, I don't know, every time we went, it was fun every time though. And then obviously postseason baseball after that was fun to watch up until game 4 of the Astros and the Sox. There was like that one game where Nate Eovaldi started giving up runs when they had the lead, and I had to turn off that game. And then the game after that, they sucked too. And then and then they went back to Houston. And then that's when there was no need for Game 7 because the Astros won. And it was definitely a heartbreaking moment because the Red Sox had quite the comeback in the postseason. After the wild card game was, oh my god, that was a fun game to watch too. And also after, I think it was game 3 in Fenway when they won, when they had A-Rod and Poppy there.
That was insane.
That was fun to watch on TV. I mean, just hearing that all those fans just absolutely like roasting A-Rod and then yelling Affleck at him and then F you A-Rod, that was going on too. And then they had to like cut off the cameras. But I don't know. We had our good share of Red Sox time during their
they
season.
weren't even supposed to make it this far, and it was cool that they were this close to the World Series. Like, they were 2 games away from being in the World Series, and they were supposed to be a rebuilding team this year. So,
do you know what the World Series like standing is? Like what? I know it started, but I don't know who's winning.
I think the Braves took the first game. I'm not positive.
And it started on Tuesday, I think. I wonder, can you get the info on that?
Pulling it up. Yeah, and the Bruins season just started again too. Nice to have some hockey back too. Basketball's back as well. Football's winding down.
Boston sports.
Cool fun fact, I'm actually not a Patriots fan.
No, he's a Cowboys fan. And that spikes a lot of controversy.
It does, but everyone is a Patriots fan. You guys had the last 15 years of Tom Brady. Let me get this year when he's gone.
Why don't you like the Patriots?
My parents are both Cowboys fans. I grew up a Cowboys fan.
Oh. I'm not a Patriots fan either. I mean, I don't really understand football at all. I don't know the rules. I don't understand how it works, but I guess I think my family they're Seahawks fans.
So game 3 is on tonight, actually, at 8 o'clock. The series is tied 1-1.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I don't want the Astros to win. I think it's the Braves.
Go Braves.
My dad's a Braves fan, so we're rooting for the Braves.
For Andy.
For Andy. Trying to think of it, like stuff that happened while I was gone. I mean, there's 2 weeks of no Tooshie Talk, so there's definitely some things to discuss. I mean, I went home for how many days? Oh, I should talk about pink eye. So I went home last Thursday after my hair appointment because I got my extensions moved up. And then I left right when it was getting dark, and I knew I shouldn't have done that. But I was like, I didn't want to leave any earlier, and I didn't want to miss my appointment, and I don't know. I was glum in general about going home because I knew I was going to have FOMO from not being at school because all of my friends are here. And I was really excited to see my friends from home, and I just wasn't there long enough to, like, enjoy it. Like, I'm really glad that I got to see Abby because she goes to school in Florida. And I saw her on Saturday, I saw her on Friday. And, yeah, I got home, like, late Thursday night, and my parents had just gotten home from the Bahamas. And literally, like, an hour before I got home, my parents had just gotten home from the Bahamas. And so they were, like, high off of that, like, trip. So they wouldn't stop talking about how much the Bahamas is, like, awesome. And kind of rubbing it in my face, but whatever. And I saw my dogs, and they, like, oh my god, they went nuts. And Blitz. I was going to go out Thursday night, but my friends were too tired, and I was not driving to South Burlington after driving 3 hours. And then I woke up on Friday morning, and I went to my dentist appointment that I came home for, okay, and I had beef with my dentist, or not my orthodontist from home. I'm not going to say his name, but we do not get along well because he's the guy that told me that I needed braces again. Obviously, it's not his fault, but, like, I just take out all my wrath about having Invisalign and adult braces on that guy. So I was like, I'm just not looking forward to seeing this doctor today. He's probably going to tell me that I'm not wearing my Invisalign right or anything. And I was also, like, and I came home specifically just for this appointment because when the doctor told me, he was like, all right, we got to look at adult braces for you. And I was like, no. And then I was, like, being a brat in the dentist's office. You would have enjoyed that appointment because I was being a brat. And I was like, I'm like, I care way too much about my appearance, and me having braces again, I was like, no, because when I had braces when I was in high school, I hated exactly what I looked like because I had braces, and I just wanted to see what I looked like without them because I'd never seen my teeth straight. So anyway, I had a long braces trial. Yeah, no, I didn't know. And so when he said that, I was, like, triggered. I was like, I can't have braces again, no. And then he was like, all right, we can do Invisalign. And then when I got my Invisalign, he was like, you have to come home for your next appointment. And I was like, why, though? Because, like, they have the mold in my teeth. So I was like, I don't understand why I have to come. Like, it didn't make any sense because they had them. They just needed to see my teeth. I don't know. Weird. And anyway, so I woke up Friday, like, preparing to see this evil doctor, like, nightmare hibachi table guy. I don't like this guy. And I go there, and I sit down, and it's not him. He is not my orthodontist. And I was like, thank God. And then the new one was like, you know, go socks in me. Because that was the night, it was game 6, where they had potential to come back, but that didn't happen. And literally they just handed me the next 8 weeks of teeth, and then they looked inside my mouth, and they were like, okay, you can leave now. And I was like, I'm really glad I came home for a 10-minute dentist appointment. Like, I don't know, really inconvenient. And then after that, I went to the Quarry Hill nursing home to see my Nana and Papa with my mom, and we showed my Papa Tooshie Talk, like, on, like, the actual, like, video part, like, he's never seen that part, and I, like, put it on their TV, because you know how you can put YouTube on the TV, and he was, like, gobsmacked that it was, like, even a thing. He was like, what? He was like, you're here. And you're there also. And I was like, I know it's, like, old. Like, that was pre-recorded. But yeah, so I showed my grandparents that. And then Friday night, I went to a White Lies party. And I was like, I can't really drink any water tonight. Not really, because I wanted to go home. Like, I wanted to leave Vermont, like, as early as possible Saturday morning. So I was like, I want to get out of here because I was, like, really annoyed that I came home for that, like, really brief dentist appointment, even though it's not a big deal. But it was, like, the way they made it sound, I was going to be at the dentist for a while. But it was too brief. Anyway, so I just wanted to get out of Vermont. And I went to a White Lies party, saw my friend Abby that goes to school in Florida. Saw all my friends at home, really fun. And then Saturday morning rolled around. And on Friday, I noticed when I was at the White Lies party that my eyes had, like, a little pink, like, coloring to them. And I was like, what could this be? And I was like, I bet this is pink eye because I know that I usually get it around this time of year, and my eyes are starting to feel a little bit itchy. So then, Friday night, I get home, and my eyes are like gunking up, and I'm like, I definitely have pink eye. I absolutely have pink eye, and not only pink eye, but I have double pink eye because both of my eyes were itchy. And I woke up on Saturday morning, and obviously I had pink eye. I could tell I was stressing out. I was like, I wanted to go back to school today, and my mom made me a doctor's appointment. Went to the doctor's really quick. She was like, yep, you have double conjunctivitis, and I was like, word. And I got some ointment for that, and I was like really scared about coming back to school because, like, for some reason, I guess not a lot of people know, like, how pink eye works, which is fine, but, like, I don't know. I didn't want to make anyone uncomfortable because people were talking to me like I had a disease or I had COVID, and I was really confused. I was like, I just had pink eye. And I ended up going back to school that day because I was like trying to figure out what people were comfortable with, and then I left at like 1. I got back to school at like 5, and the pink eye itself went away that day, but still the double conjunctivitis did happen to me the day I wanted to go home, so that was a bummer. And now I'm cured, and I'm really glad it didn't happen this weekend, so I got lucky.
Yeah, that would be really bad. Missing Halloween weekend. Like this, I've been looking forward to this weekend for a while. So
No, me too. I mean, we've been preparing for this weekend since the beginning or the end of September. We started getting all of our costumes ready.
Since the weather was warmer.
Yeah.
This October has definitely been chilly, that's for sure.
I know. I have all my winter clothes in my car, and I kind of want to go get them sooner because the weather is just frigid. Like, I want my coat. I didn't think I wanted my coat yet, but I do. Need coat. I don't know. Do you have any stories to tell?
Let's see. Last 2 weeks. No, not even last 2 weeks. Recently in Merrimack. Got a great grade on my Spanish midterm. That was a pretty interesting story. My Spanish professor, actually, I think she's super chill. If you have Senora Canetti, like, super chill Spanish professor. She recently got engaged. That was pretty cool.
You got a good grade? That's it?
Yeah. I mean, ordered some new cool things for my vase. Yeah.
The vase. Do you want to tell the story about how someone stole your package?
Yeah, I got porch pirated actually recently. So I ordered something on Amazon. It was whatever.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is.
But it was a couple weeks ago, and then I order it, and then on Wednesday I have class from 12:30, and then I also have class at 2, and I have class at 3:30, so I don't have like time at all in the afternoon. So I get a picture from Amazon being like, "Oh, your package was delivered at 2 o'clock," and I'm like, "Sweet." And then like, some of my friends were like, "Oh yeah, like I saw your package there, like when I was leaving for class," and I was like, "Oh, like sweet, like it's definitely still gonna be there." And I get back after all my classes, and it's not. And I was like, what? So like I asked my roommates, like, "Did you grab it for me?" Like I ask around, like no one has it for me. I'm like, sweet. So someone stole my package. So I go door to door around my like apartment complex, like the building that I'm in, and then no one has any answers. I'm like, sweet. So someone just walked in, stole my package, and ran out, but left the other 2 packages that were there. They just took mine. Like that makes no sense. Like I don't know.
I know. That was definitely not what you were planning.
I could have had way more satisfaction out of just burning a $20 bill. That would have been more satisfying watching it burn than having someone steal something that I bought.
And now someone is probably enjoying what you bought.
Yeah, whatever I bought. I hope they enjoy it.
I know, what? Like, they didn't even know what is in it, and they took it anyway.
Yeah, they're just like, I'm taking a gamble.
Like, I don't know why. I don't understand that logic of, like, taking a package that you don't even know what's in it. Like, I don't know what you gain out of that, but they'll get karma from it for stealing an innocent man's package.
I know, I wasn't doing anything wrong.
I was thinking we could.
Oh, you had your job interview for the Friendly Toast.
Oh yeah, I did. I've been needing to get a job because I've been spending a lot of money since I've been back at school. And honestly, expenses kind of, like, go quick when you're here because it's, like, people want to go shopping. They want to go...
There's a lot of social activities.
It is. And I have a really bad crumble cookie addiction, too, ever since I discovered that. And if you guys don't know what crumble cookie is, I highly recommend it because they have weekly flavors and they're really good. But yeah, I have no money. And I saw that next to Royal Crest, there's like a little plaza, and that's where like Tripoli is. There's a Starbucks, there's like a dog groomer, and there's a new restaurant, not a new restaurant, it's a chain. It's the Friendly Toast, but they're like building it and it's opening this week. So they said they're hiring, so I like went on the website and I applied like super quick. And then I got an email in the morning about they'd like to interview me. And I had to reschedule the interview twice because one time I don't know why I didn't go the first time. I think it was because I didn't feel good because we were all kind of getting over our illnesses because the whole campus of Merrimack is sick. So I didn't go that time, and then I rescheduled it to this past Tuesday, but then I had to go to the senior center, which was fun, but I couldn't go to my interview, so then I went yesterday, and it was fine. I got the job, I guess. I don't know, they kind of just hired me on the spot. They didn't really, I thought they were going to be like, so, what would you bring to the company? I don't know. Like, I thought they were gonna like get to know me.
It would be more of an interview, more of a hiring, because they kind of were just like, oh, you're
I know.
here, you ready
It was,
to work? Like,
yeah, it was like, when can you start? I don't know. I'm still gonna do it. The money's good, and
$15 an hour to be a hostess.
I know. Like, I'm gonna do it, and I don't know. And they close early too. And there's one.
It's a breakfast place, so like they're not gonna be open.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like 4.
They close and on the weekends they close at 8. So it's like I wouldn't even. The latest I would get out of there is like 9. So.
Oh, so it's like all day breakfast though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they have like regular food too. But they also have one in Vermont, so if it works out well, then maybe I can transfer to the Burlington one. But yeah, I did get that job. And I had something else I wanted to say. What?
I just found out that we got hot water back
Oh, really?
at Royal.
Oh. We didn't have any hot water this morning. You can take
I
a
took
shower.
and it was like I jumped into the Antarctic, and I was like, yeah, no.
That happened a
I'll
couple
wait
weeks
until it
ago,
comes
too.
back. Because it happened before, where it's like, we don't have hot water in the morning, and I'm like,
And it lasted all day the last time there was no hot water.
slightly annoying, but
It is slightly annoying. Well, I think we should finish the show with a story about us because you're here. So,
why don't we go? What do you want to do? A deep dive into the summer, or?
oh yeah, we can do that. We're gonna take one more commercial break and then we're gonna talk about us. Did you know that 8 million dogs and cats that enter shelter each year, almost half of them are euthanized because they are not adopted? And the truth is, there's nothing wrong with these pets. They're just good dogs and cats, most of whom end up in shelters due to owner-related issues that they have no control over. So if you want a pet, adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. My mom's calling me. No. She's not going on the air right now.
Wow, you just told her no.
Mom, I can't. I have a guest. I don't know what you want to talk about, but
She's gonna call me a conquistador.
yeah,
It's
she
not gonna be
probably
very
is.
nice.
She's probably gonna tell
She's gonna
you.
insult my mustache.
I know. The mustache is going away this week, though, for Ken. So this is the last appearance, probably. Well, no, this is going away tomorrow.
I know, it's very sad. I have to shave my face. I'm gonna go back 5 years in age.
Well, he's gonna just be wearing the mustache tomorrow night.
Yep.
So we're gonna finish the show. So I guess we're gonna talk about what happened over the summer. Should I tell it, or do you want to talk about it?
Well, I'll talk about like one. So, one of the trips I made it up to beautiful Vermont. Wasn't the first time. I believe it was the second or third time. It was the one we went.
You
to
came twice. When we went to Stowe.
Yes, so we went to Stowe. We went and saw like a really cool lodge, and we drove up like this crazy mountain trail and
The Notch.
the Notch.
I drove through the mountain.
Yeah, and like the weather was super nice. Like it was just a beautiful trip, and then I got to hang out with you for like the first time in like months.
I know. We only. I mean,
Just busy work schedules over the
I
summer.
know.
That's
Our
what
work
everyone
schedules
does.
didn't really match up over the summer. And it's difficult. Like, this. I mean, I'm from Vermont, obviously, and he's not. So.
Northern Vermont, and I'm from
Yeah.
Massachusetts, so
It's just.
3 hours, 200-mile drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty boring drive. But it's an easy drive. I didn't mind my drives to Belchertown.
Burning 3 hours of a day.
I know,
is
it's
tough.
kind of it's boring. It's really boring. But then I have something to look forward to when I get out of the car. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like I'm doing it for no reason.
I know. Yeah, you have a reward, but it's certainly not one of those. The journey is what the adventure is all about type of drive.
Yeah, no. The journey sucks. I don't like the journey. But yeah, no. Well, we weren't dating when we left school. And then I didn't really know, like, what was going to happen. When we left, I was like, I'll kind of just, I mean, I left and I, like, still liked him, obviously. And we, like, talked about it. He was like, I'm going to put in the effort. And I was like, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. Because I had no idea. Because I didn't know, like, I mean, you're, like, the best. Like, I didn't know that. Well, I know that now, but, like, I didn't know where you were gonna go with it because I didn't really know how you felt. And then we left, and then you, like, texted me, like, the week, like, not even, like, a week after we got home. But then you're like, what are you doing next weekend? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't have my schedule yet. And then you were like, I think we should do something or something. And I was like, okay, do you want to come here? Do you want me to go there? Like, I don't care. Because I was like, if you were to ask me to hang out over the summer, obviously I was going to say yes. Because I was like, excited. Because I didn't know you, like, wanted to. And then, he came to Vermont the first time, like, a week after school ended. And, that was
It was
fun.
2 weeks after.
No, well, maybe it was. I don't know. It was like 10
not
days.
in May.
It was in May. It was. It wasn't even June. We're going to pull up the receipts on this because I think I'm right. It was very soon after we moved out. But yeah, he came to Vermont and he, like, got there, like, super late. It was, like, 9. But then he, like, met my parents, and we hung out with my friends Bella and Michael, who are coming to Merrimack. Not next weekend, but the weekend after next. So I'm excited to see them. And then yeah, that was like the first time he came, and then we went a little bit.
It was 8 days.
It was 8 days. Nice. I was right. And then we didn't see each other for a while. We went. I think we went, like, a good, like, month without seeing each other. Or no, it wasn't a month. I think I went in the beginning of June. I think I went at the beginning of June. Oh, no, I know what happened. So, he came to Vermont, and then he left, and then I was like, okay. And then I didn't, like, hear anything about, like, a next visit. Like, I was like, what? And then, because he was, like, texting me when I was home and was like, we weren't dating. You're like, my mom wants to meet you, like, all this stuff. And I was like, okay, like, when do I get to do that? And then I was like, I think I texted you something. And you're like, okay. And then you, like, FaceTimed me, and then we talked about me going there. And then I ended up going, like, that week. Like, I went, like, probably 2 days after this FaceTime call. Like, it was, like, really quick after the conversation. And then I went to Belchertown the first time, and it was fun. And then I left kind of, like, upset because I just didn't know what was going on because I was just confused. And then we went, I think we went a month without seeing each other. And then I, like, texted Tyler, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, I like you, but I don't want to just, like, not be dating. Because, like, I don't know. I was just confused. And then he was like, so you want to date?
Yeah, pretty much. She text-backs me in a corner. We can either not hang out anymore or we can date. And I said, well, sure, we'll date. Like, I wanted to do it in person, believe me. It's really lame telling people that we started dating over text. But, what am I going to do when my back's against the wall?
Why are you making it sound like it was, like,
you asked.
Evil?
You were the one who brought it up.
It wasn't evil.
I would have brought it up in person, but you brought it up over text.
Well, I was confused. I couldn't wait. Like, I didn't know.
FaceTime me. It could have been over FaceTime.
I know, but I was, like, scared of you. I was scared. Because I didn't think you liked me. So I was like, I don't know what he wants. I think he doesn't want anything to do with me. And...
So scared text message was the...
Yeah, no, like, I was like... I remember when I, like, sent you that text, I was...
Why don't we just restart? We'll just restart.
No. I don't want to restart. It's fine. Like, I'm not, like, upset about it. Like, I'm happy it happened because it worked. And I don't know. I enjoyed... I think it was fine. I definitely couldn't have waited until we got back to school, though.
Or next time we saw each other.
You were gonna wait till you were gonna do it the next time we saw each other? You said you were gonna do it when we got back to school.
Well, if we saw each other again, I wasn't sure what the plan was. I can't bank on a 3-hour drive if we have conflicting schedules.
Oh, I know, but I was like, I wasn't driving 3 hours for, like, to hang out with my friend. Like, I didn't know. I was like, I don't know. I just felt like I was being silly and, like, I didn't think that he liked me. And then it all got figured out, okay?
It's ridiculous because at this point it's May. We have been talking since February at this point, right? So, like, you can just keep that in her little mind.
Well, I don't know. I had no idea because this is, like, the first time a boy has, like, actually been nice to me. So, I'm not, like, I wasn't used to that, okay? Like, you were, like, obviously interested, but, like, my head was, like, no. Because you were, like, nice. And I didn't know what to do.
Conflicted, but came to a conclusion.
Well, I'm glad it worked, because I'm happy.
It worked out, too.
I'm happy with Tyler Grissom. It just was a long process to get to it.
It was a long process, but it's one that
it was worth the wait.
Well. And, I'm saying, like, living in Royal Crest this year, way better than Monacan last year. I don't have a communal bathroom. I don't have, I have a kitchen now. I have air conditioning. I have my own heating. I have a walk-in closet. It's great. Like, I'm not living in a dorm anymore. I don't feel like I am. I have a full-size fridge.
And I spend all of my time at Royal Crest.
It's a great place. Any people who are listening to this and are debating on housing and where to live, I would say avoid the dorms. I would say stick to like South Res or
South Res or Royal.
yeah, pretty much.
Definitely
Royal.
the place to be. I mean, the only, like, the walk to Royal isn't even that bad. They, like, make it sound...
If you're in the first circle of Royal, Sullivan, and like all of like the academic buildings are like a 7-minute walk away. Like it's super close.
Yeah, I would live in Royal. And I do, kind of. But not really. But yeah, that has kind of been Tooshie Talk for today. Not kind of, it has been.
It was a pleasure being on.
It was a pleasure to have you. Definitely a good addition to the show. I hope the viewers enjoyed having Tyler Grissom on. I hope everybody has a safe, very safe Halloween this weekend.
Safe but fun.
Yeah, make sure to have plenty of fun. Just don't make any silly decisions, any spooky decisions. You don't want to do that. Make sure to drink lots of water, eat lots of food before you drink some water tonight, because you don't want to be throwing up in your Halloween costume. I don't think that anybody wants that.
I mean, that might be someone's plan tonight, but I hope I don't achieve that.
I really don't. I don't want to be on that. But yeah, that concludes Tooshie Talk. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Tyler, for being here. I appreciate that.
It's my pleasure.
And we're going to go get ready for Halloween weekend, Tooshie Talk style. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Tooshie Talk. This episode will be going up there hopefully tonight, so you all can get ready to it if you missed it. And I will see you guys next Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. here on WMCK Radio on TuneIn.com. And now we're going to take it out with, how about some spooky music.
It is spooky season.
It is spooky season.